Somebody told me the other day that, Brago, you don't give us any of yourself anymore. And I thought that was weird. I said, I've never given myself to you. What are you talking about? That's harassment. He said, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, just, everything just seems so polished nowadays. Like, it's you and you're explaining your thoughts carefully and thoroughly, but we don't get you anymore. And I thought about it. I was like, I don't know you. So, so I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, what exactly can I... So they said to me, Brago, you haven't talked to us candidly in a while. And I was like, I don't do that. Like, I just don't do that, So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's make a candid video. I'm gonna make a candid video, and you can talk to me and tell me how you feel about it, right? But so crazy story today. I was at the gas station, right? I was walking to the gas station to get some gas for my legs, and then this guy, he just stopped me, right? He just stopped me and he asked me, for you individuals that you have an issue with how I say asked is something I struggle with, right? So stop being a fundamentalist or a peon by saying he said asked. Anyway, I was questioned about the Yonko, right? Just randomly out of the blue. Can you imagine? Sounds like a made up story, doesn't it? But I was questioned about the Yonko. It was like, yo, if you had to pick, right? If you had to choose one, which one would you pick? Out of all the Yonko, which one would you pick as far as his competence? I wasn't sure because first of all, I was perplexed how this person knew exactly who I was. I was like, do I have B.D.A. law floating above my forehead? So I hesitated a bit, and then I said, well, I don't know. We have to figure out a bit more. It's like, come on, stop being a pussy and pick one. And I said, okay, I'll pick one. I said Kaido. And then it got me thinking about Kaido. Like, why the hell am I picking Kaido? Kaido is an abusive father. He has no eyebrows. His size keeps changing every chapter. I think he's literally crazy. He doesn't know gender or sex, but I still pick Kaido. Well, the thing is, Kaido has less dysfunction than any of the other Yonko. Let's go through it. So Blackbeard, right? He doesn't sleep, and it's pretty clear that when you don't sleep, you do crazy shit. Blackbeard literally went to Impel Down. He challenged the commander. He went to Marineford and pulled up to get Whitebeard's devil fruit. Nobody does that shit if you're sane. Even Shiryu said to him, like, yo, what is up with you, right? And so Blackbeard, right? Blackbeard is kind of like a plot He was destined. It was just destined for Blackbeard to become a Yonko just based off the things he did. That shit isn't logical, bro. Even him finding the Yami Yami no Mi, it was written. Of course, he was there for years, but it was destiny for him to find that shit, bro. Take out Thatch, a commander in himself. Take out Ace, another commander. Deliver him to the world government. Become a warlord. Invade Impel Down. He did all this shit. So for Blackbeard, it's destined. So he's kind of just ruled out. He's a dysfunctional guy that just doesn't sleep, right? A degenerate. Let's go to someone else like Shanks. Shanks is a snitch. I like Shanks, probably my favorite Yonko, but he's a snitch, bro. He works for the world government. He is the 8th warlord. That's what I'm calling him at this point. The 8th warlord in Shanks. And, you know, I'm not going to get into Mihawk versus Shanks thing, but Shanks is stronger. And Oda can say this as much as he wants, but I'm hard pressed to believe that Shanks is stronger with one arm, right? Like, you can say that. Like, he lost the arm that he normally fights with. Shanks is left-handed, bro. Even when he pulls his sword out, it's like, what are we doing? So and okay, so there's the thing. If we're saying Shanks did indeed get stronger, right? Let's say he did. Then why the hell did Oda feel the need to give Nekomamushi like a cannon for an arm? Like, he could just be one-armed Nekomamushi and still be just as strong. That's the logic we're using, right? And you know, again, I'm not going to get into the Mihawk versus Shanks thing, but Shanks is stronger. So Shanks is ruled out just off the fact that he's a paraplegic. That's not exactly right. He's just the one-armed guy, right? A one-armed guy who's a snitch and works for the world government. Like, we can't have him as the Yonko that you're going to choose, right? So Shanks is ruled out automatically off of that. So let's move on. Let's talk about someone else. Whitebeard. Well, we can't because he's dead, right? I'm sorry. That was crass. That was a bit crass. All right. Okay, Big Mom. I'm not the guy that hates Big Mom as much as the community. I don't hate her pretty much at all. I think she's pretty thick, right? She likes good food. She likes candy. She's good with kids. She has a lot of them, and she grew her own empire. She wants world peace. She just wants everyone to be on the same accord. Why would you not pick Big Mom? Well, I think the only thing for me, the reason why I won't pick Big Mom is just, I don't like the clothes she wears. Like, she has no drip whatsoever, you know? Like, so that's why Big Mom is ruled out for me. She's strong, you know, she's shown that she can be fast when she needs to. You know, she's nimble on her feet. Sometimes she can slim down whenever she wants to, you know? Like, Big Mom is the perfect package if you want a wife or anything. But for my Yonko, she has no drip, so I can't choose Big Mom. So for me, the process of elimination, that leaves Kaido. And Kaido, I think I almost forgot all the things that he did, right? Aside from abusing his young daughter. And I know that was a mistranslation. I know people are going crazy in the comment section right now. What do you mean? Guys, I get it. She challenged him and then he beat her up, right? That's like... Every parent does that. So Kaido, he's been very good. Like, he's been really good as a person. From what I expected, he's surpassed my expectations. When we first got introduced to Kaido, we know what we thought. Here we go. Meathead, wants to die, wants a war, not as good as Whitebeard, world's strongest creature, whatever the hell that means. But okay, a strong dude. Let's just see him throw hands. And when we saw him throw hands, he threw hands. But the first time we saw Kaido with those minions, they came with the news about Doflamingo and the supernova, and he puts like the newspaper on their face and he sends them into oblivion. I was like, whoo! If this dude only played baseball, that would be insane. Kaido was insane upon introduction. Well, that was an introduction. That was after that because we know 795, Suicide, when we first got introduced to him, the whole thing with Kid and Apu and Hawkins, it was an amazing scene. Something that bothered me with that scene, though, something really interesting that bothered me with that scene. What was him and Aruch talking about? You know, like, how did that start? You know, did he just walk up to Kaido? Because I'm sure he knew who Kaido was, right? Because they had a whole soliloquy about who he was. Like, what did they talk about? Like, did he just come from Whole Cake Island because he had bandages and stuff? Like, what was the conversation like? Is Aruch the reason why Kaido and Big Mom, they have their alliance now? Or Aruch is like, you know what? She's pretty savage, but she's not as bad as you think, you know? And Kaido's like, meh. All right, next time I'll talk to her and then we'll figure something out. Maybe that was the case. That's my theory, by the way. Don't steal it. So Kaido, from that point forward, I think he's been really good. I wasn't sure what to expect when Luffy versus Kaido was going to happen, because we know Luffy can just balloon out of anywhere in regards to power. No pun intended. But he can just get super strong out of nowhere. So for him, I wasn't sure where that was going to go. I thought it was just going to be another way where Luffy was going to figure it out. Of course, it was way too early for Luffy to beat him, but I didn't think it would be like that convincing of a defeat. Kaido absolutely annihilated him. That showed, I mean, outside of every other Yonko, that's the only time where Luffy has been completely annihilated to the point where I didn't think Luffy should be a pirate anymore. I thought just off of that performance and off of all your declarations that you made, you have to quit being a pirate. Can you imagine someone being as blovious as Luffy coming up to like LeBron James and saying, yo, I'm gonna be the best player in the world, and then you get completely just dominated? It's a game to 12 and you got beaten 12-0, right? You just said you're in the NBA, right? That's what people are saying in the newspaper. You're gonna be the next up. You're already one of the best players in the NBA, and you just got here, and you're the youngest, and you challenged the best player, one of the best players in the world, right? I don't want to jump to conclusions here about Kaido being the strongest Yonko, but you challenged the best player, or one of the best players in the world, and you got your ass handed to you. But how do you live that down? Honestly, and everybody saw it. Law saw him and Law just left. Law was like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is the one. Do you remember Shitamaru as well? Ashura Doji, he was like, who the hell is this kid, right? It's interesting. It's really interesting how people, you know, look at that scene. Anyway, so Kaido dominated Luffy. After that, we go on and we get some more information in regards to Kaido. And Kaido probably has the best crew makeup that we've seen in the story. As far as like the structure, right? It's pretty simple. If you're strong, you rise through the ranks. If you want to beat somebody, you can challenge somebody, you take their spot. That's just what Kaido does. I mean, it reminds me of the Phantom Troop, right? Where if you beat someone in the Phantom Troop in Hunter x Hunter, you take their position. It makes sense for a pirate crew. It wasn't like Big Mom's, where it's just like so much dysfunction, where people don't know who's in charge. Like Smoothie's looking at Katakuri's looking at Smoothie's looking at Perospero looking at Mondor. They're just like, you know, and Big Mom's like, hey, why are you looking at me? Do something. Then when Katakuri finally does something, she's like, hey, you're just a kid. What are you doing? A lot of dysfunction there, but that's not a problem with Big Mom at all. It's just her drip. That's it. That's the only issue with Big Mom, from my perspective. With Kaido, particularly, went on to dominate Luffy, has probably the best crew structure, had Oden twerking for years, pretty much just, you know, because he told him some things he would accomplish, and obviously he didn't do it. He managed to defeat Oden, even though Oden, people could argue Oden was probably stronger. He still got the W. We take those. That's what Kaido did. Oden was mid-speech at the end of it, and he shot him, like, shut up. Right? So now, Kaido is literally the person in charge of the alliance. People are trying to say it's an alliance. No. Big Mom is working for Kaido. The reason why is like Big Mom's whole thing Again, she wants world peace. She wants everyone to be on the same level as her. She's a very, very caring person, right? She's not about violence at all. Like, that bear was just in the way. She's not about that. And for Big Mom, she's kind of attached herself to Kaido and Kaido's goals. Kaido wants a huge war, and Big Mom's just like, hey, I'm here, bro. Let's do it. I'm like, Big Mom, didn't you want like everyone to be on the same level type shit? Yeah, the One Piece is like a goal of hers as well, but I feel like more of Kaido's things that he wants is being accomplished. Big Mom's initial goal, that's not being touched on at all. I'm sure Kaido's like, yo, let's just destroy the world. Then after, we'll get everyone to the same size as us. Cool? Okay, maybe I'm jumping ahead here, but I don't think that's gonna work, right? I don't think that's just how that's gonna play out. Yeah, so Kaido's kind of a no-nonsense guy. Doesn't bother anyone, just minds his business in his country that he, took over by force. I love that he commands respect, right? Like, he was trying to have his announcement. He was trying to spruce it up. I assume at that point, like, Kaido just wanted to, add some flair to the dramatic. He wanted to just have a grand execution. He's just like, you know what? This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. And Orochi's like, but the capital is mine. He's like, shut up. What are you talking about? This isn't about you. That's commanding respect. That is a man or creature of a man. That's who Kaido is. And how do you not like that? So again, in the gas station, I told the person, guide. And then the person agreed with me. And it's like, all right, cool, man. I hope I talk to you next time about One Piece. It was insane. It was like an insane interaction. Almost sounds like I made it up, but of course it's real. What? But yeah, that led me to talk about the Yonko today in regards to like just Kaido being great. I think overall what we've seen from him so far in the story, the expectations that I had of him going in, he's completely surpassed, right? And I'm sure there's more to come. But for right now, the brood of a man that I expected to someone that respects, pronouns. Like, he's acknowledging Yamato as a woman. I mean, as a man that he is, right? He's saying, my son will be the king of the shogun. Well, my son will be the shogun of Wano. Well, my son will be the shogun of New Onigashima. It's a lot going on. He's a great parent as well. Compared to like Big Mom and those others, he is trying to put his kid in a position of power. What more could you ask for from a father? Honestly, that's about it. That's all I had to say. I hope that's as candid as you guys would like. Let me know how you feel about this video. I just think Kaido's great. I mean, right now, if I had to pick, he's probably, the Yonko that's probably ahead of his class. He's probably pulled ahead of the competition, even though he's trying to point a new head of one. Okay, I'll stop. I know you've seen the cliche head jokes throughout the community for the past week, and trust me, there's more to come. Let's just not get ahead of ourselves. Anyway, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Or if you don't like content like this, just let me know. Like, Brago, no, I like your other content when I agree with everything you're saying. I don't agree with you at all. Big Mom, she's terrible. What? I see any comments about my hair, I'm banning you, by the way. I was gonna wear a hat and stuff, but I can't seem to find it. So don't mention my hair, because then I'm just gonna assume you're racist. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. The link's all below. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, for exclusive content. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And you guys have a great one. Peace.